Carroll County Sheriff's Office continued pursuit into Villa Rica. Now, the Villa Rica Police Chief Michael Mansour said the suspects turned onto a side road and opened fire on VRPD officer Chase Gordy, striking him twice, and Carroll County Sheriff's Deputy Jay Repetto was also shot in the arm during the time of the events that unfolded. Sergeant Holloway and Officer Gordy were transported to Atlanta DeGrady Hospital, where Sergeant Holloway went under emergency surgery, and Deputy Repetto was transported to Atlanta Medical Center for treatment at that time back on April the 12th. Now, at the time of the news conference on April the 12th, Carroll County Sheriff Terry Langley said one of the suspects was dead and the other was in custody. And then the surviving suspect was denied bond and was charged with 3 counts of aggravated battery, 5 counts of aggravated assault, and 2 additional of speeding over the maximum limit and fleeing from authorities. So that is some of what led to the attack on April the 12th. And Sergeant Holloway, who has been in the Shepherd since late April, early May, who has made great strides, great improvements, and what we saw when he walked out of the Shepherd Center today was just absolutely a blessing to see. And that he is up and he's walking, he is communicative with his family, with his fellow officers on D shift, and it's just amazing to see. We have got several officers and different law enforcement agencies out here today, from the Carrollton Police Department to the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, to the Villa Rica Police Department. Haralson County Sheriff's Department has a couple of vehicles in, the Douglas County Sheriff's Department, as well as the Georgia State Patrol and the Atlanta Police Department and the motorcade from the Georgia State Patrol, who we just had one fly right past us up our right here today. Well, we are now passing exit 30 Post Road here on I-20, and one of the biggest things here that we have been listening for and things is the emotion that has just been surrounding all of this here with the events that unfolded back on April the 12th. And something we're going to go back and play you a clip from a newscast that Colin Worthington aired on April the 14th. And this is going to be Villa Rica Police Chief Michael Mansour. He is giving a recap of the events of April 12th while praising the bravery of the fellow law enforcement officers for jumping into action, and then becomes emotional speaking about the families of officers. And Colin Worthington has this from the newscast on April 14th.
Villa Rica Police Chief Michael Mansour on Tuesday describing the dramatic scene Monday morning when his young officer Chase Gordy was shot by 1 or 2 suspects who had previously led multiple agencies in a high-speed chase through Carroll County.
I heard the suspect possibly being near Ithaca Gin. I heard Chase come over the radio, shots fired. When Chase was shot, trying to get to him, trying to get our people to him was a pretty harrowing experience. We find out that Chase is about 300 yards up 61, but the ambulance is behind me coming in to try to get to Chase, and it's not safe yet for us to go there because we don't know where the suspects are.
Mansour applauding veteran Carroll County Deputy Guy Pope for leading an effort to get Gordy to safety, and to several other officers who began treatment before getting him flown to an Atlanta area hospital.
Guy looked at me and he said, "We're going to get him." Guy gets in the ambulance and tells the EMTs, "Y'all get in the back, y'all get down, we're going to get this officer." I mean, that's heroic to me. I mean, that's guts. We went up and we got Chase. 2 of the officers that were there rendered aid. They flew him to Grady. So many people were involved in this, and so many people helped our officer and helped our agency.
Mansour believes that at least one of the suspects had communicated with Officer Gordy before Gordy could be rescued by fellow officers.
The guy had an AK-47 rifle and basically was just taking aim at anybody at any time. He saw Chase, I guess, and went after Chase, and we believe he actually was trying to get Chase to give him his keys to take his car. We're still watching videos.
An emotional Mansour expressed appreciation to the community for their concern and support for local officers over the last few days in particular. He said it's also important to think about the family members of officers who put their lives on the line every day.
Think about the husbands and wives of these officers and the families of these officers. I've been a cop for 40 years, and I've been married for 25 of those, and my wife's been a cop's wife, and it ain't easy. They worry, and if you see these officers or you see them with their families, make sure you thank the officer, because you do that already, but make sure you thank the spouse, because it's not easy. It's not easy.
And it definitely isn't easy. And just seeing and hearing the emotion from Chief Michael Mansour, of course, one of his officers. But at the end of the day, Matt, these officers, no matter the department. They are all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely, Seth. And we saw that a little bit today. I mean, even some of the wives of the officers came today. Bailey Trout being one of them with
Yes.
Jameson. And obviously, you know, the family is the biggest part of being a cop. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole atmosphere was just goosebumps. And I highly encourage you. Obviously, we're live right now on the News Talk 1330 Facebook page with downtown the setup. But go back and
Yeah.
watch that video that Seth and I did at the Shepherd Center, and you can see the family, the way that Grady and Stephanie and Rob, how all they were just taken over and overwhelmed by everybody that was there today.
Absolutely. Well, we are now on I-20. We are about to pass the Liberty Road Villa Rica exit 26. When we get on Highway 21, or excuse me, Highway 61, we're going to be going live to the police scanner. They are going to be calling Sergeant Holloway back into service. And Sergeant Holloway, we are told, will be having his radio with him, and he will be accepting the call back into service. That's when we're going to be going back on Highway 61. But remember, already get yourselves lined up all at the square. We're going to be coming through there here in just a little while. I would say about another 20 minutes or so, maybe.
And for you Villa Rica folks, I mean, you're almost too late. I'd
Yeah.
get going right now. If you're in Villa Rica, the fine folks at the City of Gold, as we're passing under exit 26 Liberty Road right now is your final call, because once this convoy gets off 24, you got no chance.
No, that's true. That's true. So go ahead and make your way over toward the V-Plex right now. Just saw a Tallapoosa PD back here on the side of I-20. Out here supporting Sergeant Holloway and the crew that's here. But not only is this a homecoming for Sergeant Holloway, but we're also celebrating as well as the two officers that were also involved in this, Deputy Jay Repetto from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and Officer Chase Gordy from the Villa Rica Police Department.
Yeah, those guys were just as much as involved in this whole situation. And thank God that, you know, Chase Gordy was wearing his vest.
Absolutely.
And, because I think one of the bullets actually hit him in the stomach, but he was wearing a vest, so it really stopped the penetration of it happening. And if that would have hit him, I mean, he might not be here today.
That's true.
And it's amazing. He's already back doing desk duty and back at work.
Yeah, just doing light work, yeah.
And obviously, Officer Repetto as well. He's back doing really well, and these guys wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, they definitely wouldn't. Well, we are about 1 mile away from the Villa Rica exit. And when we turn on the Villa Rica exit, Matt and I, we're going to go to radio silence, and then we're going to let you listen to the police scanner when they do the call to service.
I got chills, Seth. I'm sorry.
do too. Well, if you ever watch these on YouTube, when it's usually an officer that's retiring, it does nothing but bring chills and bring tears to my eyes. And this is probably going to be doing the same thing here today.
Look at all those up there.
You see the truck drivers over here, the truck driver place over here to our right. And we're about a half a mile from the exit 24, the Villa Rica exit. We're going to be getting on Georgia Highway 61 here momentarily. When we are, we're going to be, Matt and I are going to go to radio silence, and we are going to turn it over to the Carrollton PD police scanner, and they will be welcoming Rob Holloway back into service as we are passing underneath Liberty Road right now. We see the Carroll County Fire and Rescue. So many others are standing over the overpass welcoming Sergeant Holloway back home. We are now approaching the Villa Rica exit 24. Right now we're sitting in at 11:49 Eastern Time. I'm Seth Kane. Matt Skinner sits in the driver's seat today. We are live in the procession here across our network of stations on Graddock Communications.
And yes, I'm being safe while driving, I promise.
Oh, it definitely is. He's hands-free, by the way. He is hands-free, by the way. But we are getting ready to turn on onto Highway 61. When we fully turn on Highway 61, we are going to go ahead and go to radio silence, which
Man, look at this
right now.
on the right.
We're looking out here on the right. We got people are standing out there with balloons. We got signs that says "Honk for Rob," Heart 229. That's his number. Thank you, Blue. We heart Rob. We love Brady. Just everybody. We're now turning on Highway 61, folks. We're going to be going to radio silence, and we will now turn it to the Carrollton police scanner for the call to service.
Did you find any information on it?
Okay, we are getting close to going to call to service, and we'll be doing it by the time we pass the Crick Trip, which is right up here on our left.
Clear. I ran up 3 subjects, 3 interrupts, no missing person alert, search 29.
38, go Shanty.
We have a lot of crowds over here to the side, standing on the roads here on the High 61, waving American flags, thin blue line American what a sight. A lot of these people coming out showing support. K9 units are out, and people are stopped with their hands over their hearts. And momentarily we should be getting the recall to service. We're now passing on Highway 61. Villa Rica police standing on both sides, folks waving. And we're getting a phone call right now. Sergeant Brad Eastwood, pardon me, folks. Yes, sir, Lieutenant Eastwood. All right, Quick Trip in Carrollton. Okay, thank you. All right, that was Lieutenant Eastwood, I beg your pardon, from the Villa Rica Police Department. So it's going to be the Quick Trip in Carrollton is when we will return and make the call to service.
We'll be there shortly.
We will be, and we've been traveling at a great pace because right now we're seeing cars stopping on both sides of the road. People are stopping and just waving, and many of them are saluting, hands over their hearts right now. It is just what a sight this has been to see.
And it does make sense to do, I guess, the Quick Trip in Carrollton because that's where the city limits start right there, and obviously Sergeant Holloway coming back into Carrollton, but I've only been alive for a little bit, but I tell you this, I might not ever get to do something like this again. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
You think of, as far as from a broadcasting standpoint for both of us, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I can tell you a lot of moments I've had in my broadcasting career, but nothing will ever top than what we're doing right now.
Yeah. Just welcome them home heroes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is, and what this community means. I mean, there were 200, 300 people, employees from all the different places, the Home Depot, the Zax. There are people from Zaxby's out there.
Yeah, I mean, just standing
side of the road.
I mean, these are people who are coming out and showing their support. And what we've been seeing all up and down here on Highway 61, passing the V-Plex. We're passing the Kubota Tractor Place right now, the Goodwill store here in the Bay Springs Village area. Here on Highway 61, we're coming upon the V-Plex right now. As a matter of fact,
we're going 55 right now,
and we are passing Bay Springs, what used to be Bay Springs Middle School. I think they've changed the name now to Villa Rica North. But we're now passing the V-Plex over here, and to our right, and you see the cars that are lined up over here. The crowds that are standing out here at the V-Plex. It is just truly amazing. And so we see the Douglas County Sheriff here in Carroll County blocking everybody off. Everybody is standing out with signs and welcoming Rob Holloway home, waving. Looking up here, more people here on the side of the road at the V-Plex. And so we're trying to keep, if you hear the police scanner in the background, we are keeping this on because they're going to be doing the call to service for Sergeant Holloway here when we get toward Quick Trip in Carrollton. And we will be bringing that live. But Seth Kane, Matt Skinner along here with you, Hunter Sharpton, Michael Vincent, Tim Tenney and company back at our network studios in Carrollton. Joel Brock, Steve Graddick on our live WLBB Facebook page.
Look at the Georgia State Patrol unit.
Yeah, Georgia State Patrol Post 4 here in Villa Rica are standing, and you got signs that say "Back the Blue" with people standing out here on the side of the road that says "Welcome Home, Rob." Yeah, and so they're getting ready to make the announcement here in just a few minutes. We see folks standing out here to the entrance to Ithaca Elementary here on Highway 61.
That's not where all this stuff happened.
Just right around here in this area. Okay, so if you heard that in the background, it's going to be the Quick Trip at Carrollton, Lieutenant Brad Easterwood. The Carrollton are giving us a heads up about that.
Yeah, big shout out to Brad for first allowing a radio station drive in this.
Absolutely,
I mean,
this is
not many times do you get to join a procession along with 35, 40 other cop cars, and obviously the chief of Carrollton, what he needs in this great city, and we have some great relationship. And anything that should be back, right?
Yeah, I think we're back. I think we lost service there for just a little bit. And Hunter, if you're back at our studios, okay, we're back on. We do apologize about that. We dropped service there for just a brief moment, but we're back here with you across our family of stations. I was just on the phone with Lieutenant Brad Easterwood of the Carrollton Police Department, and he was letting us know that when we get to Quick Trip at Carrollton, they are going to be taking the call to service.
Real quick, as we pass West Georgia Memorial Park, Joe Block sent me a text.
Okay, and we should be back in. We apologize, folks. There are some areas that we do might lose service here, so we're going to try to stay with you as much as possible here today.
Oh, I don't know why I'm hitting the brakes.
Yeah.
I'm just so used. You see a red light, you're so used to hitting the brakes, but we don't have to worry about that today.
No, we do not. That we do not. So we're going to keep it on here across our family of stations. And again, recapping what happened, April the 12th, Sergeant Rob Holloway was struck in the head by an assailant's bullet, and in a high-speed chase that started in Haralson County, made its way from Haralson County into Carroll County through downtown Carrollton, and out here on Highway 61, just outside of Villa Rica. And so he's coming home. He's been at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta since late April, early May, and he is now coming home. And to thunderous applause and just a great turnout we've been seeing here on Highway 61. We're traveling down Highway 61 here in Carrollton. And as soon as we get to the Quick Trip here in Carrollton, we're going to be turning it over to the Carrollton Police Department, and we're going to maintain radio silence on our end and hear the call to service to welcome Rob Holloway back into service here for the Carrollton Police Department. So as we still travel down Highway 61, cars and vehicles are stopped all along the side of the road. What a sight this has just been to see here, Matt, and all the just the pageantry that's been of this, but the support, and it's just been amazing. Nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, we're approaching the triangle right now, or the very front of the procession is getting near the triangle. We just passed Dyer Road and Ira Smith Road. So, and here in about 3 minutes, we'll go, probably about 2 minutes, we'll go complete radio silence, and Lieutenant Easterwood and the folks will take over from there.
Yeah, definitely so. And Matt, I'll let you, Hunter Sergeant, just send a message. I think we should be good when we get the call of service. So we're going to be turning it over here in just a couple of minutes. We're on our way to Quick Trip here in Carrollton, so we're about to get ready for the call to service here momentarily. Because we are approaching the Sit-Go station, I can see from down this way as we're approaching back into Carrollton, and still seeing a lot of people on the side of the roads just showing their support for Sergeant Holloway and his family. And of course, after the call to service, we'll give you the rundown of who's all been a part of this procession here today going through in this. And this has just been a tremendous. So we are now here approaching the Quick Trip here in just a couple of more minutes.
Yeah, passing through the triangle right now.
Right now. And so, and as people are still waving along the side of the road, Georgia State Patrol is sitting over here to our left. They've got more areas blocked off. Carrollton Fire Department, Carroll County Fire Department is out here. And so as we are passing Huckleberry Lane on Highway 61, and so we are getting ready to get ready for the call to service. Over here at Scott Evans Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, they are all standing and waving and showing their support as well. All folks over here at the Carrollton Livestock Barn standing out here on the side of the road. And what a day this has been at welcoming a hero home and also celebrating not only Sergeant Holloway, but Officer Chase Gordy of the Villa Rica Police Department. And I think we're getting ready here in just a minute to get ready for the call to service here. Okay, so we are going to be maintaining radio silence on our end, and we're going to be going live to the Carrollton Police Scanner. we should be getting this call here in just a minute, any minute now. The call to service for Sergeant Rob Holloway.
Dispatch 229. What is it? 229, on behalf of Carroll County 911, all public safety and first responders, and the citizens of Carroll County, we would like to welcome you home. Your bravery and dedication to serve will never go unnoticed or unrecognized. Your sacrifice is more appreciated than you will ever be able to imagine, and we have all prayed for your return every single day. We wish you and your family the best of days ahead, and we all thank you from the bottom of our hearts. 229, Carroll County Dispatch shows you back in service. Here, 220, thanks, Chief.
And there you have it. That was the call to service. Sergeant Rob Holloway is now back in service with the Carrollton Police Department here in the city he has been working at. And Sergeant Holloway has been actually a part of the Carrollton Police Department force since 2008. And he has been serving faithfully since that time. But as we are still seeing people, we've just passed Chick-fil-A here on Bankhead Highway, and Matt, we are almost to the square.
Man, it's so good to be back. Seems like we were just here.
Yeah.
Shout out to being in this procession, because we are rolling right through as we're coming through 61 onto Bankhead Highway right now. Fire department, I mean, this looks like the 4th of July parade.
Yeah,
I mean,
it definitely
it
does.
looks more, this looks like the 4th of July parade with more people. I mean,
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
So right now we're going to be slowing down here on 61 and Bankhead Highway, and because we've got people all up and down, they're going to take it easy. But law enforcement agencies and people that are part of the procession here today, Sergeant Rob Holloway of the Carrollton Police Department, along with his wife Stephanie Holloway, who's an assistant principal in the Carrollton City School System, and son Grady Holloway. We also have Trooper Zach Pruitt of the Georgia State Patrol, also Officer Chase Gordy of the Villa Rica Police Department, Corporal Jameson Trout of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Jay Repetto, also of the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, the Carrollton PD D shift, which is Sergeant Holloway's shift, and the Carroll County Sheriff's Office D shift, which is Corporal Trout's shift, and that is the shift that Deputy Repetto was on, and Chase Gordy, of course, also part of the Villa Rica Police Department. They are both here in this procession today. We still have members for the Georgia State Patrol Motor Unit is with us. They are at the front of the procession, as well as the Atlanta Police Department. They've sent a lot of their motor unit out
Atlanta
here as well.
and Cobb County Police. They've been with us the whole way. It's just a great sign to show, everybody working together for the better good.
Yeah, it is. And everybody, we're seeing people, a lot of people are wearing blue out here today. Back the blue signs, passing Harry T's Car Wash right now here on Bankhead Highway, passing the Burger King, Brown's Pools and Spas, and we're seeing folks over at Scott Evans Nissan right here to our left, just showing the outpouring of support as well. And people are waving their flags, especially the American flag with the thin blue line that's on one of the stripes. Matt, this is just amazing.
I'm like literally speechless. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anything I could say word-wise to give this justice.
No,
it's just fantastic as we get ready to pass Taco Bell and Hibachi Express here on Bankhead Highway.
Yeah.
People are lined up all right here at the one-way detail, and we're coming through, getting ready to come through the square. So get ready.
So get ready. We're almost to the square. We're traveling at about 35 miles an hour. Right now here. And of course, if you're listening to us all across our stations of News Talk 1330, FM 106.3, WLBB Carrollton, B92 Country, WBTR FM Carrollton, KISS 102.7, WCKS Fruithurst Carrollton, Great Classics 98.9, WWGA Tallapoosa, King Country, WKNG Tallapoosa, and Rejoice 89.1, WKNG FM Heflin. I'm Seth Kane. Matt Skinner is sitting at the driver's seat. We have Tim Tinney, Hunter Sharpton, and Michael Benson back at our studios in Carrollton.
Look at the drone.
The drone is flying overhead, too, getting some overhead shots right now, seeing signs of welcome home, Sergeant Holloway. People taking pictures and waving. Kids are out here waving their flags and their pom-poms and their streamers. This is just amazing. We are now passing Bankhead Cleaners right now Bankhead Cleaners right now, and some law offices. We're passing Morris Auto Sales. We are almost to the square, folks. We are almost to the square. We see an American flag draped right here at Bankhead Cleaners. And as people are lined up the streets down here on Noonan Street and Bankhead Highway, waving their hats, waving their American flags, standing out here on the sidewalk. Folks, we are almost to the square. For those of you on the square, we are almost there. We should be there momentarily. As ahead of us, they are about to pass the Carroll County Courthouse, just right up here on Noonan Street. But I'm going to tell you, this has just been amazing. We've still got a few clouds out here in the sky, but the rain is holding off right now, thank God. And what a sight this is to see right now. We have the parishioners from St. Margaret's Episcopal out here, Alban Funeral Home showing their support as well. And it's just been amazing. The offices of Dr. Donna Thomas Moses out here as well, showing their support. This has just been nothing short of amazing out here. So we're slowly making our way through the square. Folks, both teams. It's going to be just a sight to see, and everybody
Oh,
welcoming
man.
home. And we see an American flag. We're now approaching Carroll EMC here on North Highway 113, and just the support. And we see a lot of the support from the two big bucket trucks from Carroll EMC. Standing out here today, all of these guys in their hard hats for the linemen out here showing their support out here today. From Georgia Power as well, Carroll EMC, everybody just showing their support out here today. And you see the Back the Blue signs here.
There's
from
Tim Tinney and
Plus.
Linda Bearden.
And Tim Tinney and Linda Bearden are out here, two of our local folks here. Graddick Communications, West Georgia Ambulance also out here as well. All of our local businesses showing their support out here today. This has been amazing. So we're passing the Carroll County Animal Hospital, and this has been nothing short of amazing. But if you've been listening to us back at the square and all across West Georgia and East Alabama, online here as well, and across our networks of stations here at Graddick Communications, thank you for being a part of this. We thank you for everybody who showed up today along the procession route, and for welcoming home a hero, and that is Sergeant Rob Holloway. Special thanks to the Carrollton Police Department, the Villa Rica Police Department, and the Carroll County Sheriff's Office. Also like to say thanks to our producers, Michael Vincent, Hunter Sharpton, back at our controls at our network studios here at Parkwood, Joel Brock producing our live video stream on Facebook, Steve Graddick, President and CEO of Graddick Communications and Director of today's special broadcast as well. And for Matt Skinner and the rest of our team at Graddick Communications, I'm Seth Kane. Thank you for tuning in for today's broadcast celebrating a hero's homecoming. And may God continue to bless and protect our men and women in law enforcement. This has been a special presentation of Graddick Communications.